Welcome to me podcast. Today I'm very excited. I know I'm usually very excited with these things, but today we have a subject that it makes me happy to have here and a special guest. We're going to talk today about property management in Costa Rica. And my guest today, Paulino Arias. My man, thank you so much for today.
Rigo, thank you.
Today is raining so hard outside, and one moment I was telling Paulino, oh, he's gonna cancel me. It was too much rain. But actually, you made it. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. And I got coffee right here. So
there you go.
Rain is not a problem.
I know you love coffee, right?
I do. I usually drink all day.
Paulino make a lot of social media content. And he's pretty much, that's actually your personal branding, right? He's always with the mug, going around and working property management.
Yeah.
Paulino, thank you so much again, and welcome to me podcast.
Well, thank you for having me in this house. It's really nice studio, and I saw the team outside. It's very hardworking team as well.
They are. Fernando, thank you so much for making this happen, my man. Paulino, let's talk about you one moment. Can you please introduce yourself? What do you do? I mean, what is your daily basis? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. My name is Paulino Arias. I live in Artola, a town very close to Coco, and I have a company of property management. It's called Primario.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice name, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I actually, when we were choosing names, we thought about something that was mainly in Spanish but could be pronounced in English. Right. Make it easy for people. So
how you say, like primary?
It will be like Primario. Most of the people say that, but Primario, it means to be the first, to be a priority as well. And so that's what we think of our clients' properties is our priority. To give them the best service. And what we do is we run a maintenance and vacation rentals program for them. We usually listen to them to see what they want, but most of the other clients fall into this category and they want to rent their property as much as they can, and they also want to enjoy it. And so to do that, we go and visit the properties every week. We go to Coco, we go to Hermosa, Artola, Lomas del Mar. We go to places like Pacifico. Most of the people know that. But we also visit properties in Potrero, Catalinas, Papagayo.
Wow.
So we drive all day. So that's why I got coffee and water. And so, daily basis will be drive to some of the properties, visit them, make sure they're nice, they're good, well maintained and ready for the guests or ready for the owners. And then the next day we'll do the same with different properties. In ideal world, most of the properties are booked every single week.
That was actually one of my questions, because this is one of the things. Actually, I got two questions. Usually is like, it is property management something in Costa Rica? Yes, it is.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's I got friends very close to me that are property managers. I met people that were in that before. Like it's as common as asking for a lawyer.
Right.
It's just like you need a lawyer. There'll be plenty to help you. For sure.
Exactly. And then the other thing is, what is the strategy that Primario have to have all the time booked their places?
It hasn't been easy. It's my 6th year in this. So it's been 6 years learning. Understanding the business. There's a lot of tools right now. Thankfully, there's a lot of technology. Every day you read a little bit more about the business, there's more to do. So there's, of course, a lot of AI softwares that what they do is they read into customers' behaviors related to seasons, to birthdays, all this information is into one, Facebook, Instagram. They all know your birthday, whatever, where you're from. So we use a system that knows all this and usually knows when people are going to travel. So once they start looking at our properties, they'll click once, see the pictures, see, oh, it's Pacifico, it's Coco, whatever. They're thinking about their budget. And then the next day or maybe later in the day, they'll click again.
Yeah.
And the system is, okay, this person is looking, or this second person is looking at it, prices go up.
Right.
And so that also creates an urgency in the person, like, it was, 5% less before. I gotta book it. So we create that urgency, and then we try to target the price correctly.
Right.
We don't want to go too high. We want to go too low, and based on the client's priorities, if they want to make, they want to make money, or they are relaxed and they say, we can give a discount. I don't care. You half the price. If it's 20%, 30% less, depending on what the client wants, then you can play with that.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And what about maintenance? You were talking about that. So, you guys normally take care of maintenance? Because actually, I saw the other day a video of yours cleaning and doing, some swimming pool services and these kind of things. I mean, it's like you have people around you, you do it yourself, and actually you do that?
I mean, there's no work beneath me. I if I gotta do, I gotta do. Sleeve rolls up, I gotta do it. But I do have a great team.
We are Latins.
We're Latinos. If you ask me, you put it the broomstick, we'll clean up. But and we know how to do pretty much everything. And on the go, you invent the 50%, the other 50 you create as you go. But no, I have a great team. Most of them is a network of providers. They're not employees. So this is people that I've known for years that clean the pool, that does the garden and cleans the houses. Most of the cleaning crew, the housekeeping crew, they are part of Primario because they work every day. Pool, gardening, and all that, is on a weekly basis, maybe twice, 3 times, depending on the properties. So, but this is people that I know, almost since I started. So I trust them, like they were from the company. But yeah, they work along me to take care of these properties. And then we're in conversations every day. You see a leak or you see whatever you see, they call me, I call them. We're talking. I talk to them most of them than my wife, I think.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It is like you work like Sunday to Monday.
There's no schedule. There's no schedule, and with you just mentioned there's rain right now. So with the weather like tropical weather,
I bet right now it is emergency all over.
Surprises, rains. You can have. There's a client that just recently, 6 months ago, recently bought a $1.2 million property, and there's a leak in the ceiling. So even that much of money creates problems, but we fix them. That's part of the job.
Yeah, and usually it's like same day, next day response.
For sure, depending. So if the properties are booked, we thankfully haven't had many emergencies while we have guests. But in the case we do, we'll try to fix it within 24 hours. If we find out about the issue at midnight, it'll be hard. Yeah. But if we know about it since 10 in the morning, we have the whole day to fix it. So we try to do 24 hours. And if the houses are empty and if it's not such an urgent thing, we could try to fix it in the within 3 days. But yeah, it's usually 24 hours what you try to do if you have family, guests, clients over there.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned a good point. And by the way, just so you know about this, in Costa Rica, as a Latin culture and some things, too pura vida, there is people that will tell you that it will be there next day and they are never going to show it. They won't show up, So that's a common theme, responsibility here, So how do you manage that? Because that's a lot of work too, managing teams, managing people too, How you do that?
Well, I don't have a clear answer yet. We're still learning. But as I mentioned, most of the people that I work with, it's been for years already. Right. So when I talk to them about something, I'm not just making it up or I'm not trying to bother them. I know they got family. They know I got family. So when I tell them, this is important, it is important. And they know, they've been with me for a couple of years. So they know it's important. But people have their own agendas, family. So you say, hey, I need to fix this tomorrow. Tomorrow was my kid's birthday or whatever, or it's a Sunday. Like who wants to work on a Sunday?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically what we do is prevent that.
Realtors, we are always working.
You guys are on call and hey, and then every changes, but we try to prevent at least I will say 90% of the job is prevent. It's just try to take care as much. That's why we visit properties.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. is not like running always, behind things. Actually, you guys do that. You prevent. How do you do that?
That's so the key is the inspections. Checking on the properties every single week, so we know there's an update. You see the property is doing well on a rainy day on a Monday, is doing well on a on a Friday. So and you do it 4 times a month or more.
Wow.
You got at least an idea. Well, that's the ceiling's not gonna fall. Like I saw it 10 times during the month. I know it's okay. Like when you're at your house, you look at something every day, it's not gonna fall. Like but things may happen. So what we do is just check on that. Before we start renting the properties, that's part of our strong program is check on a property. If it's a property that hasn't been rented out, never, then we gotta make sure somebody has been there through the years. So like the past owners or the new owners, hey, were you there during rainy season? If there's any issues? Because we can't tell. We're just starting to work on a property, and by eye you can say, yeah, it looks perfect. But that's when you start finding issues. So we try to make sure there's a good history before, and then just prevent. Try to work, try to visit, try to be there, try to make sure everything goes to the plan. And then when something happens, at least you're ready. Okay, I check on that, check on this. If something happened, maybe it was this, and it was that.
And of course, I guess you have like a schedule of cleaning gutters, cleaning the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Checking the electric part and things like that, right?
Most of that exactly falls into a yearly maintenance because you won't clean the gutters every week.
Right.
But you will do it before the rainy season, right after the rainy season. So you got twice a year where you're up in the roof and you get a little bit more close to the roof structure or whatever. So when you do that, you take the time to say, okay, everything looks good. But you gotta make it. You gotta do it. You gotta put it on a schedule and make sure it's happening because it will. I mean, rain doesn't stop. Rain doesn't care if you have your own schedule or not. So you gotta do it. You gotta be sure, even if it's pristine. If it's clean, go up and look at it and make sure everything's right.
That's cool. And how do you like that? How do you?
I don't like it. I don't like it, but I in my car I got the coffee mug, the water bottle, and then like 2 changes of clothes because I sweat all day. Right now it's nice in here, and then inside the houses it's nice with the air conditioning. But once you're up in the roof or outside the pool, you got the sun. Beautiful weather in Costa Rica, but that's the thing. You sweat all day. I'm walking. I'm going up and stairs. I'm I forgot this. Gotta go up. We need more detergent. We need more disinfectant. Whatever. You gotta go back to that. So it's a very active job, which I'm actually grateful for. But there's a lot of little things that take up your mind and time. And then when you need to focus on the big things, you gotta make time for it. Otherwise, your day will go fly.
Yeah. And this is one thing that I'm always talking with, that when we're training real estate agents, we're always saying something. And you mentioned this one moment ago. You are so busy sometimes, so busy that it's hard to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So how you manage that with your time?
Well, thankfully, my wife is the one in charge of that. So when we go to the gym, we go to the gym. Like if you have to hang up on the client, you hang up on the client, you go to the gym, and when you're done, you call it back. Hey, sorry, I had to do whatever it is. You gotta make time for yourself because to be good at what you do and to have your mind processing everything, mental and emotional space, you gotta take the time for it. So because you could say, as much time as you're in the job, you get good at it, but then you get worse at your health. And so there's no good realtor if there's no realtor, right? So if you have no health, you got nothing. My wife has been like, you stop it. You go and you eat. That was something that it happened to me a lot. Like I will 4 p.m. and I hadn't had, breakfast because I do it before I leave the house, but lunch or water, like, I'll be dehydrated without eating anything. And she's like, you gotta go come in. She works at home, so I can go and eat lunch with her. So that's something that for sure helps, but you gotta make the time. Like as I have everything planned for the properties and the schedule, make time for you, because then, nobody will do it for you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, without health,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter the rest of the things.
Well, and what's the purpose of having these busy jobs if if it's not to take care of yourself? If it's
Yeah.
not to have the time to provide for your family, for yourself as well. So
I agree. And actually, that's one of the things that my wife and we always trying to do, before work, we make some exercise, we read
yeah.
sometimes 2 books in the morning, it's like not the whole book, but we read
a little bit, exactly.
Some few pages in this, few pages in this.
Yeah.
There's something growing here, and it is the way to go.
Before you step into social media and you see,
Yes.
chaos
Yeah.
and whatever, you gotta feed your mind, feed your soul, feed your body.
Yes, I agree with that. I saw that you were doing some races or something like that. What is exactly?
Yeah.
A marathon, right?
Well, no, I did half marathon. So 21 kilometers is like 13 miles. I run a lot. Yeah, I run maybe 4 or 5 times a day, a week. So like 4 or 5 days. And so I didn't found it, but I'm part of the organization, which is called ONDA. What they do is try to promote health, try to promote movement around the community.
Like wellness?
Wellness is a wellness club, movement club, and what we do, because it's free, is we go out and run. And so we gather people once a month and tell them, hey, we're gonna be at
Cool.
Coco. Hey, it's a free run. You don't have to pay. Show up, run as far as you want, and then we'll have a DJ. We'll have some drinks. Maybe we'll give away something. It's all by sponsors. It's all like is a charity, let's say,
Right.
non for profit.
And you never invite me.
And now you're invited.
Never thought of me.
Well,
Ever,
It's mainly Coco, so the people that go from
whatever,
Liberia,
yeah.
but I'll take you.
We have an office in
We'll
Coco,
come. We'll come here so he can run.
Yeah,
and then
sure.
no excuses.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, but never invite me to be a sponsor either.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll make it happen.
What's going on?
We'll make it happen. So Me Real Estate is part of the wellness in the community.
Yeah,
for sure.
actually, we have a social program in Miro.
Oh, really?
Guess what the name is? Help Me.
Help
Of
Me.
course.
That's
And that's
good.
what we do. We do charity, for people or organizations.
okay.
And
There
we
we go.
love it. Actually, to be honest, that's the purpose.
Yeah.
That's give purpose. Helping others is if you ask me, my job is very stressful too.
Yeah.
Always getting clients, always running around. But that is like makes sense.
Make it make sense. Yeah, that's why you do the other part that is not really nice.
Yeah, sometimes no.
Yeah.
I love my work,
Yeah.
bro. I bet sometimes it's
it's stressful.
too crazy, right? Yeah.
You don't want to get a call from someone that is not happy about something and is yelling at you.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a call like that. You talk to your mom.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get calls for people angry.
Yeah.
Right. So and it happens, or people that are, maybe they are not as happy with the experience. In my case, since most of they are travelers, they're
Right.
coming to a different country and they have expectation about something, and they go to the house and maybe they expected the pool to be some, I can't make everybody happy, and the properties are like the way they are. I can't change the house. I can't change that pool. So maybe the clients will say, yeah, I thought the pool was bigger. I thought the beds were bigger. I thought the rooms were bigger. And what can you do? Well, usually you try to go somewhere else so you can provide that happiness that they couldn't find. But it's part of the job. I don't love that part, but I love it when the clients call me and say, I want to come back right away.
Yeah.
I like, when's the next time you have this property available? Because they're super happy. You got both sides.
Yes, and of course, when these people say, and I want to buy here, you totally recommend Regal, right?
Oh, for sure. That's the only name I say.
By the way, now
Absolutely.
that you mentioned that I love that point too, and I say that to all of my clients too. And I will tell you again, Fernando remembers this. We are happy people. We love happy people when they come to Costa Rica. Seriously, guys, relax. Come here with another mindset, you know. Come here with a mindset of pura vida, relax, get better, you know. This is not US, this is not Canada, this is not, you know, some places in Europe, you know. This is Costa Rica. Things here are different, are definitely slower, you know, and definitely, you know, other things happen. But you know what happens when you relax and you calm down? Magic starts to appear everywhere, you know. A different vibration, actually. You will feel it. You know, I saw the other day some people getting mad, even, you know, with the perfect ocean, with the perfect sunset, with the perfect everything. Come on, just make it flow, you know.
You can find a reason, you can find an excuse, right? You can be unhappy or happy with the same thing. Same person or different people could be happy or unhappy with the same thing. So it's once you're here, and you know, I tell my clients, that's what you're paying for. Otherwise, just stay at home. You know, if you want the same rhythm, the same stress, the same everything, you can just stay home. Just go a different city. But if you come here, once you're out the airplane, the weather will tell you this is a different story. You're in a different, then the movement, you feel it relaxed. So that's why, you know, that's why you're here.
And I'm not talking about being mediocre, you know. This is something that I can't stand, you know. I'm always gonna do my best, but so many times it doesn't depend on me. You know, sometimes we depend on, of course, other people, or you know, like today, like the weather today, and a lot of other factors. I'm just saying, you know, a little bit more patience, it would be helpful here, right?
Yeah. Relax doesn't mean you know, to be lazy.
No.
It's relax, is enjoy it as much as you can, but you do your best, and you try to make the end goal happen. But you know, if it rains, you do something different. You just go around it. That's better.
There you go. Absolutely.